Peace.
Peace.
This is Joshua Miller Law, Mr. PhD. You're just now entering the cipher called Real2reel360. KYs.
Peace, God.
Bring that beat in, kid.
Indeed.
Peace.
Yeah. What's going on, party people? Welcome to the Real2reel360 show. Let's get it in. We do the knowledge of wisdom so you can understand. Real360 shows in full command. We changing the game for how it all was taught. From bondage to freedom to an independent thought. Yo, the show is here to bring about a change for real. To lighten everyone so we all know the deal. 360 degrees is a fact. We created the show to give our love back to our communities so we can know what's going on and give them the support from knowledge to born. So if you're ready to learn, then it's time to go. Sit back and relax and enjoy your show. Peace.
Peace to Allah's mighty 5% nation, the gods and earth, to all the human families on the planet Earth. We bid you love, peace, and happiness. High salute. I am DJ KY's Allah, aka Kato, the black superhero. We are ready. We are truly ready. And we are blessed to having this special guest back on our show. And without further ado, let's bring on the co-host with the most so we can get this thing on and popping. Y'all know who he is. He needs no introduction, but because who he is, trust me, it's all well-deserved. Let's go.
Am I the meanest?
Sure enough.
Am I the baddest mofo low down around this time?
Sure enough.
But who am I?
Joshua Miller Law.
Who am I?
Joshua Miller Law.
I can't hear you.
Joshua Miller Law, Mr. PhD.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Am I
sir.
the
Peace.
meanest?
Peace to all our followers, likers, and subscribers. We getting it in tonight. This is the last of the doubleheader. And what way to end a Wednesday night with this young lady right here. Most of y'all know her from the Ghost Town DJs because she was killing it with my boo. You understand me? But now she done transitioned over here to Southern Soul, and she bringing that pure pressure, putting that foot on people's neck out here in the game. So, ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, Koffee Bean. Let's go.
What's up?
Good
everyone?
evening, Queen. Good evening.
Good evening. Good evening. I've been listening to my boo all week. All week.
Oh, Lord.
You know, that era of bass and R&B music when y'all was performing it was spectacular. It was right on time. It was the whole vibe, that whole era. I know that you have transitioned from that point in time in life, but could you honestly speak to that music and how you've grown so much since then?
Well, let's see. Well, one, we want to blame it on, I guess, age. So as I get older, yeah, we all aging. So as
Yeah.
time, continue to pass by. Of course, I still love R&B, but like I say, some of my fan base and my team members, they brought it to my attention that I should try Southern Soul, and I was like, I don't mind Southern Soul. I just like music, period. So I gave it a try. My first single was "Can't Make 'Em," featuring Jeter Jones. I released that, and that 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 did some good things for me. Got me a little bit more known in the Southern Soul market. So yeah, so it's an interesting transition, but it's also an easy transition because, like I say, I just love music and I've been doing music like for the longest. Like I say, starting back from the '90s professionally. So yeah, so it's an easy transition.
Now, with that, like, honestly, when you started out singing, did you ever think that you would get to the point where you are today as a artist?
Yeah, I kind of after like the the Ghost Town DJ things, I kind of after that was kind of just touring here and there. a lot of times I toured with like the 69 boys and artists, of that particular era. And so I kind of wanted to stay into it once I realized that, once my kids actually came to me and said they were interested in doing music. So I kind of wanted to just kind of keep my connection going. And then, like I said, I love music too. I love to write.
Mm-hmm.
I love to write music. So everything kind of just worked hand in hand. So when, like I say, when my daughter got started, and when she was like in high school, I put her on the stage. I made a phone call and had her on the stage. She was opening up for, some well-known artists. Like within a week of her telling me to listen to her song, I was impressed. So I just say like all of that just kind of ties into me riding the roller coaster into this market.
Definitely. Shout out to my man Shorty G, the number
Most
one manager and
definitely.
promoter in the business. Man, Shorty G is working. You hear me? Shorty G is working out here. Um, we talk about your writing.
Mhm.
What is what do you like best? Is it being in the studio writing or actually performing? What brings Coffee Bean the greatest joy when it comes to that?
Oh, that's kind of like a 50-50 because I like I said, I love writing. I have a degree in journalism. So
Mm,
I love writing, but with journalism, I realized that, I had to write about stuff like in the news. I'm like, oh. So um, I started writing children's book. I'm a published author with a company called Exhilivers, and you all can get my books off of Amazon. But I just started writing children's book, but I've been writing songs since I've been like a little girl, since I've been like 8 years old. So I really like just writing is just a passion that I've always had. So whether if it's a book, if it's a poem, I like writing greeting cards, anything dealing with words, poetry, lyrics. I love it. I just love writing. So it's kind of hard to answer that because yeah, it's like 50-50 for both of those.
okay. Now, being that you started out in the era when they had artist development and
Hmm.
teaching about entertainment and how to entertain and how to perform and how to
Hmm.
hold your notes and things like that, to now when they don't have the artist development with your own label, because you do have your own label and we must plug your label in here. Do you uh, provide artist development for the artists that are signed under
I most definitely do, and that was sort of the reason why I took like my daughter under my wing.
you?
Most definitely, I do artist development because it's more than just, being an artist. It's actually you have to have a mental capacity for this because, like I said, I've seen so much, like just from going to like industry parties and stuff like that. I've seen a lot.
Mhm.
Um, And so you kind of just want to also, not only educate them on the business aspect of it, but also make sure they have the mental capacity because it's sort of like music, it's sort of like the government. It kind of builds you up, but it tears you down, you know.
Mhm.
And I tell people like that all the time. Like I have some cousins and they on Section A, and I'm like, okay, that's good. They build you up, you get excited, but don't get used to that. You know what I'm saying? Just use that for the moment and then do something more for yourself. Get yourself mentally prepared for other routes.
Mhm.
So yeah, so it's all of it is just like a mental game, especially in this industry. You have to be like very headstrong because they are built to build you up and then tear you down. So yeah,
Definitely.
so
Shout out to Bars and Hoops, number one promoter, Tisha Adalot. Appreciate it. Bars and Hoops Radio is definitely in the building on the check-in. Thank you for chiming in, Tisha Adalot. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Um, when you as an artist and some of the stages, like you said, with the 69 boys and
mhm,
having those experience being with big name artists and on the stage, what are some of
mhm.
the most memorable things that come to mind when it comes to being in the business?
um I would say my most memorable um would be in 1996. we had the opportunity to be a part of the opening ceremony act for. We were in Atlanta. It was for the Olympics, and there was a bombing that was that year, and I never forget them rushing us to safety. And I didn't understand at the time why they was rushing us until they got us in a safe place, and they let us know why they was rushing us to safety. And rest in peace to the person that lost their life that year. But anywho, it just it kind of remind me that when you do this, you are putting yourself in a place where not only just I know he didn't pinpoint us to attack, but you put your place on platforms where it could be risky,
Mm-hmm.
but it's also a blessing because not everybody have opportunity to do, you're invited
Mm-hmm.
to do. So I would say my most memorable is just remembering that how it's a blessing for people to invite you to want to see you come and entertain them. And that's one thing I try to teach, my daughter who's my artist. And then another thing is too is in the process of doing this, you're always taking a risk, whether if it's a fan or whatever the situation may be. And like I say, not necessarily say that he was just there to attack, just pinpoint celebrity. He was there to attack everybody. But it just reminds me of wow, just the risk, because I came as an entertainer to do such and such such. So it's always a risk. So I would just say the risk, and besides the risk, just knowing that it's also a blessing at the same time for people to want to invite you to come entertain for them. So
Now, as a female singer, female artist, what are some of the messages you give young female artists that are trying to break into the game about being mindful of certain pitfalls or things of that nature, and how to gain success without losing themselves in the music?
well, before I'm a CEO of a record label, I am a mother.
Hmm.
So one of the things I tell my daughter is I say, who's also my artist, they say sex sell. And
Hmm.
yeah, that is sex do sell. But whenever you do things, you always want to do it with taste. And you always want to do it where when you look back and you in your 70s or your 80s, you know, it doesn't look that bad that you've done what you did to get where you got to go.
Hmm.
So I try to stress just whatever you do, be classy in what you do and try to have a little morals and values. And
Hmm.
it's not necessarily what you do necessarily. It's sometimes like how you choose to do it.
Hmm.
Because you can make anything, pretty much tasteful, but just make sure that, when it comes to ladies, I just tell them just, if somebody comes to you and they feel like, sex is what you got to do, anything sexual to get where you got to go, then that's not the route. You don't need to be working with them because if you have talent, that's what should get you where you're trying to be, your talent, not your sexual, things or deeds that they trying to have you do for them. So that's like one of the things I tell young ladies. And another thing I always tell them, like I tell my daughter, is when you go off to like these parties and stuff like this, if you have a drink, and I don't care if you took one sip or didn't take a sip. If you have a drink and you at these parties, if you put it down, that's it. It's a done deal. If your eyes get off your drink, then oh well, you just lost a drink. But never go back to a drink that you took your eyes off because it be so much going on at like some of them parties. So those are some of the things that I like to tell young ladies and especially like my daughter and when I have female dancers, some of the things I kind of tell them. So yeah.
Now, I understand, like, especially in the business, you have to be very mindful of your inner circle and the people that is around you. Um,
Mhm.
how important to you and individual, saying the individuals that are around you, that you can
Mhm.
trust them, that um, you believe in them, and they also believe in you and your vision, and they
Most
also
definitely,
protect your brand.
most definitely handpicked. Um, I'm first of all, I'm real good with energies. I tell a lot of people try to read people energies. You don't have to be special to read people energies. Everybody can read somebody energy. So I kind of go off with energies, and then just what a person is to me, like you said, and then their loyalty to me, and whoever I have on my team, I try to make sure that it's a person on my team that's a positive person, and they're not bringing anything but positivity to my group. So far I haven't had any issues, and I pray to God that we continue to keep it that way. But so far everybody on my team, and shouts out to my team, everybody on my team. So yeah, just monitoring who you choose to bring to your team, whether it's somebody that's going to be, an employee, as far as an artist, or in an HR division. Just, just making sure you're wise with who and what you choose to bring to your team, because that's very important.
Definitely. Shout out to DJ Fuji OG, St. Louis in the building. Much love to you, my brother. Um, but Coffee Bean, how do you stay so authentically you over these years, never changing to fit the fads, the different phases, the comes and goes, and you just stay authentically yourself, your artistry and everything else?
I don't get caught up in the hype, but the thing about that is it's good and then it's also bad. So the bad thing about it is, because I don't get caught up in the hype, is that it has a lot with hurting my social media, because social media is where it's at nowadays. But I'm just, and my team, they're working with me to try to get better, because I know social media is taking over. So it has its good things and it has its bad things, but I just never really been the person where I just, you know, needed somebody to see what I was doing every day. You don't need to see me boiling eggs. You don't need to see me making my bed, going to get my hair done. I know that, fans want to see stuff like that. Like I say, I'm trying to get better at that. So if y'all just be patient with me on that, I'm trying to get better. But I would say just not getting caught up in the hype. And I'm not a follower. I like to consider myself a leader.
Mhm.
So it's hard when you follow, it's easy to get caught up in the hype, but when you're a leader, it's like you more so, it's like people wondering where you at, what you doing. But I'm here, and I'm doing my best to, what I'm saying, go along with what's going on with today, times.
Right.
I'm getting there. But so yeah, so I would say, yeah, it me being authentic, me, it has its good things about it, and then it has its bad things about it. And like I say, one of the bad things is that it, because I am who I am, it shies me away from social media, and I'm not as active as I should be in social media when I should be. And that's the bad thing about it. But the good thing about it is that it allows me to just kind of be a little bit more at peace. And then when I am able to come to the forefront and say, hey, I'm doing this and I'm doing that, people are excited, to see what I got going on.
Great. Being a fan of Ghost Town DJs
Mhm,
and following your music over the years and
mhm.
seeing the growth, you know what I'm saying, from then to now is spectacular to say the least. Um,
Thank you.
and Shorty G just said, "We love you, Coffee Bean. We love you."
I
Um,
love y'all too. Thank you. Thank you.
and just with like what you were saying, that coming from a period in time when there was no social media, and there
Mhm,
was always this mystery around the different artists or different groups. Now everything
mhm,
is out in the open. Everything is, there's no more mystery. And I understand
mhm,
about the adjusting to the social media. People want you to be more uh, visible for their personal pleasure or whatever the case may be. Lady
mhm,
Red Top, what's going on with you? And adjusting from, because there's been a different like period shifts from when
mhm.
this, we're talking social media, we're talking music. How has it honestly changed from selling the CDs to streaming and tapes and things like that for Coffee Bean?
Well, I would say streaming is much better, because, like, back in the day, like, when in the 90s, for me, it was cassette tapes. Cassette tapes, it was CDs, and, you burning and making so many copies. But what I can say, though, is it was more work. That's
Mhm.
what I can say. Our era, it was more work, because we into talent shows. I mean, we I don't even know if they have talent shows no more. Like, and I'm not talking about like American Idol, not like the ones that's televised. I'm talking about the ones that used to be at your community centers, at your
Hmm.
churches. You know what
Hmm.
I'm saying? And your lunch, your school
The
lunchroom.
school,
Like,
yeah,
yeah, we used to get together. We used to beg our parents, can we practice? Because we took our talent shows serious.
right,
So
right.
it's just we worked a little harder, and
Hmm.
even though nowadays they work a little not as hard as us,
Hmm.
it's kind of up in the fence with that, because like I said, we the only thing I can say is that we did work a little harder, and with social media and the streamings, it does make things a little easier, um to get out there, and that's a good thing. But the only thing about it is, because it's a little easier, it did take away a little bit of the sweat and tears of what it takes, from like how we did to become that artist. It just they cut a lot of corners nowadays because of that.
Yeah, because the talent shows made the local superstars. Like if you was in the
What?
talent show, and especially if you won, you was popping all over the place. You got your name
Yeah.
buzz. People wanted to go out and see you and stuff like that.
Mhm.
And people don't, understand like nowadays, those talent shows at the high school, those
Mhm.
parties, high school parties, community center parties, and things like
Mhm.
that was what artist development was, because you learned
That's
how to
right.
perform, you learned how to engage, and now
Yeah.
it's so easy to transition with your music because you don't have to shop your demo anymore.
Mm-mm. You
You,
don't. It's
you
just
don't
so much easier.
A&R. You just have to upload it.
That's all. That's all. So so they really cut a lot of corners. Like I said, I remember doing car shows, trying to raise money. We had groups just so we can all have the same matching outfits. Having them car shows. Just stuff like that. But it most definitely has changed. But like I say, it has its perks. But I mean, it is what it is. Only thing we can do as humans is just go with the flow. But just in the midst of going with your flow, try not to lose yourself, honey. Try not
Yeah.
to lose yourself.
Shout out to Chicken Wing from Texas in the building. Lady Red Top, Mississippi Soul Girl is in here. Katie Dawson says Tallahassee was on fire when during that period of time. And I believe it.
Mhm,
Um, we sit sometimes and reminisce of those days. But
mhm,
today you're in Southern Soul, and the Southern Soul genre is kind of different than that period because of there's a new artist every day. So
mhm,
with what you bring to the table, is that what can separate you from the pack, as they say?
mhm. I think what I bring to the table is that one thing I can say that sets me apart from some of these Southern Soul artists is that I'm considered to be a legend. They don't have the walk, the music walk that I've had, or that credibility. So I would say just being a legend, just a musical legend. Um, that's what kind of sets me apart for some of the artists that are now in Southern Soul. It's like a lot of artists are coming out of Southern Soul, but they're not legends. It's like a lot of them we just not hearing about it. But I'm considered to be a legend. And another thing too that sets me apart is the era that I came from. There were only like about five females or five groups that had like pretty much that era is extinct. Um, and that was my boo, shorty swing my way. I'm your nasty dancer, and shout out to INOJ. Well, I
Hmm.
call her Joni, but
Hmm.
it was only like so many females. It was a couple of females that did bass as far as rap, but as far as that style with music, mixing up the vocals, with the up tempo, it was only a small group of us, like but there were plenty of guys that did bass music, but just
Hmm.
only a small collection of us women that did it. So I say that's another thing too. I come from an era that's kind of is extinct. So we got to kind of do what we can to preserve what we did, bring to just music to nowadays, because that song, like I say, it's still a legendary hit. Just all of the bass songs pretty much has a lot to do with, it's just music, and music, it just keeps going and going and going. But all the music from the past and even ours, it has a lot to do with, with today's music. So those are kind of the two things that I would say that kind of set me apart, or when it comes to me being into the Southern Soul market.
Definitely. Shout out to my bro Super Treasy and Mr. Keep It 100. Colin Taylor's in the building. You know what I'm saying? Now, being that you are a legend in the game, that you have made music that has transitioned from one period to another that you can still play today, how do you remain so humble knowing the things that you have already accomplished and the things that you're moving to accomplish today?
Well, for one, I would just say, just like I say, just not, I don't, being all up in the hype. And you said the key word, humble. You have to, in this industry, you have to be humble, because like I say, once again, they will build you up
Mhm.
to tear you down. That's what the system is made for. We've seen some of the best. We've seen them do it to Michael Jackson. We've seen them doing it to now to Diddy.
Mhm.
We see them doing it to did it to R. Kelly. It doesn't. And then at that time, guess what? It doesn't matter how talented you are, and it doesn't matter how much money you have. But throughout this whole process, if you are able to remain humble, you are able to make like some smarter moves. But if you're not humble and you all over the place, honey, by the time they get ready to bring you down, child, you are in a hot mess, and you yourself, your team can't even probably help you. So so yes, I most definitely would say you said the word. It's being humble. You have to be extremely humble in this business. You just have to.
Definitely. And like Shorty G just says, it's your team, because you are a legendary diva in the game, and pushing, what I'm saying, you on different platforms and different arenas, what I'm saying, is an
Mhm.
honor and a privilege. And it's always an honor and a privilege to have you on Real to Real 360. Like I
Thank
said in
you.
the beginning, being a fan, because I am a fan, what I'm saying, and I love the music at that period in time, because that's part of, what I'm saying, our coming of age, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
when you played Shorty Swing My Way or My Boo, you knew what time it was. You know what I'm saying? It was time to
Mhm.
party, and it was like party starters and things like that. So,
Mhm.
and it definitely was played at Freaknik. Lord
Oh
have
yeah.
mercy.
Oh yeah. Most definitely.
It
Most
definitely was
definitely.
played at Freaknik.
It
Now,
most definitely was.
but your first single that you did in Southern Soul,
Mhm.
what was that experience like working with D Ford and to get that put out there?
I like D Ford a lot, like because I can explain to him my ideal,
Mhm.
and it's like what he gets me. He gets me. I like him. I ain't gonna say I love working with D Ford because he gets me. Like I can explain my ideal, and he'd be like, uh-huh. Sing me a little melody. And then
Yeah,
I'll, do a little voicemail, and he gets me. He just gets me like right off the bat. And I love that about working with him. So that's why I had to get him on the other song. He really really gets me. So it is, because I'm still working with him, it is an honor to work with him. And I just love his talents. And he's a humble person too, like I say. And I just love the way he gets me. He really gets me. So yeah. And and working with Jeter Jones, that was a blessing, and that was a good experience as well. So shout out to actually both of them, D4 and Jeter Jones.
yes, definitely Jeter Jones, because when Jeter Jones is on the track, he said, "Let me get a piece.
Yeah.
Let me get a piece. Let me get a piece."
Yes, yes,
So we got
yes.
the first single It's Southern Soul right now. My brother finna kick that off. But if you don't mind introducing it, you know what I'm saying, it'd be a pleasure and honor for us.
So you are about to listen to my first single, featuring Jeter Jones. I'm sorry, featuring Jeter Jones, and it's Can't Make 'Em.
Pardon me. What was it saying? You muted. I couldn't hear you.
Her first single, we're gonna rock out with her very first single. You know what I mean? And we're gonna do it like this.
Shout out to D4.
Yeah. See, I got this friend that keeps crying over and over about the same old thing. And I keep having to tell her what my mama used to tell me. You can lead a horse to the water, yeah, but you can't make him drink it.
Can y'all hear me? Can you hear me over there? You can lead the horse to the water.
Yeah, but you can't make him drink it. No. I got a friend that keeps on calling me and nagging me about her old man, y'all. He did this, he did that, but she won't leave. And every time that girl calls, it's the same old thing. You can cry all you wanna, but you can't cry love. Yeah. You can lead a horse to the water, yeah, but you can't make him drink it. Can't make him drink it. Lead a horse to the water, yeah, but you can't make him drink it. Don't get me wrong, I love my friend, and although she keeps crying about the same old thing, I say, let me go. It's up to the man if he chooses to try. You can cry all you wanna, but you can't cry love. No. You can lead a horse to the water, that's right, yeah. But you can't make him drink it. Can't make him drink it. You can lead a horse to the water, yeah, but you can't make him drink it.
Let me get a little piece. Cry if you wanna, but you can't cry blood. You'll be swimming in tears, drowning in our blood. My dear used to say, hard head make the song. But I learned, if they don't listen, it's your turn. Go about your business, and you soon will see. They can cry you a river, but don't cry on me.
You can lead a horse to the water, yeah, but you can't make him drink it. You can lead a horse to the water, yeah, but you can't make him drink it.
Man, you can lead a horse to the water, but you can't make them drink.
Just can't.
You can't. And I tell you what, you came on Real2reel360, you finna hear it again. Because it's a message. Let's go. Some of you hard heads need to pay attention. DJ Uncle Bird's in the building.
Over and over about the
Much
same
love,
old
family.
thing. And I keep having to tell her what my mama used to tell me.
Tell
You
them.
can lead a horse to the water,
Oh, yeah.
but you can't make him drink it. You can't make him drink it. You can lead a horse to the water, yeah, but you can't make him drink it. No. I got a friend that keeps on calling me and nagging me about her old man, y'all. Every time that girl calls, it's the same old thing. You can cry all you wanna, but you can't cry love. Yeah. You can lead a horse to the water, yeah, but you can't make him drink it. Can't make him drink. You can lead a horse to the water, yeah, but you can't make him drink it. Don't get me wrong, I love my friend, and although she keeps crying about the same old thing, I say, let me go. It's up to the man if he chooses to try. You can cry.
Man, listen, I tell you right now, I don't know what's going on, but I got to tell you, you can take them down there, and they just ain't gonna listen.
That's true. That's true.
And like you were saying in the song, right? And I hate to cut it off right there, you know what I mean? Because we got to get to the new single. But I'm gonna play that song again. I want y'all to know that. I want y'all to know that. But when you speaking with artists or individuals and you're talking to them about the business, do you run into that where you try to, you know what I'm saying, help them and direct them, and they still go about making those same mistakes?
Well, that's a perfect time to say, just like my song say, you gonna lead them to the water, but you can't make them drink it, baby. You gonna do what you want to do. It's like I'm trying to tell you, try do this first, and make sure you get your stuff copyright. Get your stems when get your music. Like I'm trying to give you certain advice because I've been there, I've done that. But like, hey, if you choose to do it your way, and then you end up going another direction and saying, dang, I should have listened to you. Well, baby, I tried to tell you. And like you said, in my song, I can lead you to the water, but baby, I can't make you drink it. I'm just trying to tell you what's best, but you're going to do what you want to do.
Right.
So, yeah.
As being an artist,
Mhm.
being signed to labels and being independent now, what is that adjustment like from being with the big machine to now you being the machine that pushes you?
It's most definitely harder work, but I'm used to hard work because, like I said, I come from an era of CDs and cassette tapes. So I'm all for it. If I have to put on some tennis shoes and get to it, I'm gonna put on some tennis shoes. If I have to wear some heels, I gotta wear. So in other words, I'm saying whatever it is that for the occasion, I'm ready to go. If I gotta put on some boxing gloves, I'm gonna put them on. You know what I'm saying? If I gotta put on a choir robe, I'm gonna put that choir robe on. So I'm ready for whatever. You most definitely have to be ready because, like you say, when you're doing it independently, it is harder work, but in the end, it'll be worth it. It's most definitely worth it. Yeah.
Now, being that, like you said, working independently, is very imperative that you understand the business
Mhm.
itself, your splits, the mechanical
Mhm.
rights, your writing credits, the producer's credits, things of that nature,
Mhm.
your performance royalties, things like that.
Mhm.
Is that part of your artist development on your label?
Most definitely. Most definitely. Like even with my daughter, I tell her, I'm just make sure I'm never homeless. I'm not doing this to rape you in this business. I'm not doing this, so that I can live better than you. I'm doing this so that, helping you out and pushing you so that you can live, comfortably. But and like I just tell her, I just ask that you go get somebody. You know what I'm saying? Because this world is so big. It's enough money and opportunities out here for everyone. I'm not trying to teach greed, none of that. It's enough. We can all eat. If we know how to act,
Mhm.
we can all eat. It's no need in me stepping on this person's toes, and I don't have to step on your toes, boo. Because baby, if you just calm down and be humble, you will understand that we can all eat. You can eat as good as me, and I can eat as good as you. So yeah, so we all can eat. We all can eat. So yeah, most definitely.
Definitely. and the publishing. People don't
Mhm.
understand the publishing and understanding how you make money that way while you're sleeping. Can you
Mhm.
speak to that just a little bit?
Yes, publishing is very important. Like even with my daughter, like I told her, I'm not trying to live better than you off of your publishing.
Hmm.
I'm not trying to. And that's what's so sad. And that's kind of another reason why we're independent. Like like people in the HR have to understand, really and truly, you're eating the way you're eating because of the talent.
Hmm.
You may have had the knowledge, but you know who go out there and perform. Like it's getting out there performing and doing all of that, dealing with these fans, practicing. Then you got to deal with your dancers. You got to deal with your singers. You got to deal with your band members. It's just all a big headache, you know. But at the
Right.
end of the day, when you're the talent, you're the one that's actually out there picking cotton. You the master, you
Uh-huh.
know. You the master. I'm the artist, so I'm picking this cotton. I'm out here. I'm the reason why you got cotton. You
Right.
know, so it's like that's how I look at it with my daughter. Like she's my artist, but like I tell her, and I don't just say this because she's my child, because it you know when I do sign somebody else, in which I will eventually,
Hmm.
it's going to be the same thing with that person. I'm not trying to knock you across your head. And trust me, I know how it is because I've been done a certain way in the industry. So I'm not going to do to somebody else what I know I've had done to me. What is that getting me? Why? If I don't like it, why would I do it to somebody else? So I'm not trying to hit, you know, her across the head. If she is the act, she should be able to reap what she put in for that. And I should be able to, you know, be able to just a little bit, but not more than her.
Hmm.
Not more than her. Because she's the one that's out there doing the shows. As a matter of fact, she writes. She writes her own music. I shouldn't be eating better than you just because you on my label,
Right.
you know? No, just look out for me. If I keep pushing you, I'm gonna be fine.
Hmm.
But we both can eat. I mean, I ain't gonna be starving and I ain't gonna be homeless. I'm
Right.
not stupid. But I'm also not greedy.
Yes.
So yeah.
Yes. Now that is something that and I'm glad that we're having this interview because it's an eye opener and an education for those who are watching about things that go on in the business and how
Mhm.
to handle your business going forward. So definitely, I salute you for that. Being knowledgeable and able to give out your experience and your jewels to
Mhm.
individuals. But as an
Thank you.
artist,
Thank you.
who
Mhm.
was the artist that you inspired to or looked up to coming up?
Well, I was kind of a weird child. And I say that because growing up, I like meditating.
Hmm.
Um, so kind of growing up, I listened to this man. He's a white man. His name is I can't even think. My favorite song for him is called Eggplant. I don't know why I'm having a writer's block.
Hmm.
But his name is Michael.
Hmm.
His first name, and he sort of like kind of like do jazz a little bit.
Hmm.
So I kind of looked up to him a little bit, just because I liked his music. And I did listen to like a lot of gospel, but you know, I'm just an average black girl growing up in an old average black household where child you had to listen to gospel music, honey. So
Hmm.
you know, so I would say a couple of gospel singers. I don't have any particular because, honey, grandmom had us listen to everybody, child. Okay,
Understood. Understood.
we listen to everybody. So I don't have a particular, you know, gospel artist that but I would say I wouldn't say a particular person, but for me it's more so the style of music. So it would be jazz and it would be gospel. Jazz and gospel are some of the things that I kind of look to, that kind of gave me more of this hunger to want to do music, you know, and a brush. And I
And
say a brush because when I was a little girl, child, give me a brush, honey. I'm in there singing, and my mama had to sit me and the dog at the house.
you know it's funny. Shout out to MC Cookie, Michael McIntosh, Big E. Thank y'all for chiming in. Now, as you know, saying watching little girls grow up and stuff like that. What is it about that brush that turns into the microphone?
Child, at that age, I didn't have one. I didn't have a microphone. So I used to get my brush, honey, sing it to the top of my lungs. And Lavinia, shout out to my mama, used to send me. And when the dog went to say, oh, because I was tearing up notes, child, she sent me and the dog out the door and the brush. All three of us out there, honey. Me, the dog, and the brush.
You know, it's the reason why I say that because back then they had the roll-ons and everything else, but little girls did not touch nothing else but that hairbrush. That hairbrush was the microphone for
That
every
was the
little girl growing
microphone.
up trying to sing.
I was singing in that microphone, honey. Like it just, and I sung like I was on tour. I didn't know that I would actually be touring, but
Uh-huh.
child, I was singing in that microphone like I was singing to a crowd, child. Yes.
So you just manifested it from a child that you was gonna be in front of a
What?
crowd.
Yes, singing in that microphone. I always thought, not a microphone, but a brush, singing in a brush. Yep.
Well, that was the microphone. That was
There
the
you
mic.
go. There
That
you
was
go. It's my microphone brush.
That's it. That's the first karaoke right
There
there.
you
That was
go.
the first karaoke.
You got
Uh,
it.
Now, your new single, the new single that you just had out. Let's talk about that and what was the inspiration behind that? And you have two versions. You have the original and the remix.
Yes. I don't know. I just sometimes I can listen to a song, or sometimes melodies just come to me,
Mhm.
and I just instantly just off the top of my head just start writing it. And I think with that it was like just a mix of both. And then here I go, aggravated D4. Hello. So it's waiting to hear my ideal. And he's
Uh-huh.
like, he's a team player. Yeah, I got you. So we went for it. It turned out nice. And then Shorty connected me with T Swain. And I,
Mhm.
I actually like the remix better than I like the original version. So yeah, and oh yeah, shout out to T Swain, as a matter of fact. Shout out to him because he's on the remix. And one other thing too, I think you said Verge had popped in, Uncle Verge.
Yeah.
Shout out to him
Yes,
as well.
yes, sir. DJ Uncle Verge popped in here. I was going to ask you about your collaborations because you do have T Swain on there. Is there any other individuals that you would love to collaborate with at this time, male or female?
I can't think like off the top. I kind of just go with the flow.
Mhm.
Um, because the one artist that I wanted to meet that I didn't get to meet, I didn't necessarily have to do a song with him, but I wanted to meet was Michael Jackson. But other than that, I don't have no one particular that I can say, "Ooh, I would love to do a song with them." To me, it just depends on the project that I'm working on. Because I give everybody their credit, if they're good in the area, they're good at it. It's just if that project, because I might want to work with somebody, but they might not work good with this particular project that so it just depends on the project that I'm working on, as to who at that moment is like, oh, I would love to work with, such and such, such and such. But I give each artist their credit and their props. So it just depends.
Oh, West Love is in the building. CC Sister Wilborn. Oh my goodness, that's gonna be amazing. Shout out to Queen Thickums on the check-in. Hey, big bro, man, we came to party. Let's get it, man. Let's get that new joint going, man. Get it popping.
What's up, D4 baby? I don't know about y'all, but I came to have a real good time. Are y'all ready to party? And I came to have myself a real good time. I the front, right step. Bounce your hip to the back, right step. Bounce your hip to the front, left step. Bounce your hip to the back, left. Now walk with it to the front with it. Now walk with it to the back with it. Now do your sexy thing, right? Do your sexy thing, right? I came to party and I came to have myself a real good time. I came to party and I came to have myself a real good time. Bounce your hip to the front, right step. Bounce your hip to I want to introduce to you someone who's a dear friend of mine. And she go by the name of TT. And so this dance is called the TT. She gonna show y'all how to do this thing. Do your thing. Come on, TT. So let me hear you say, do your thing, do your thing, do it. 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 I came to party. I came to party. I came to party and I came to have myself a real good time. I came to party and I came to have myself a real good time.
Okay. Okay. Hey, Coffee can't hear the music, baby. Quiet.
What happened?
Here. Coffee wasn't able to hear it. We were sitting here
That's
jamming.
okay.
You couldn't hear it?
It's okay. It's okay.
You couldn't hear it for real?
It's okay. I've heard it before.
Hey, hold on. Well, then we gonna hear it now. Don't be doing me like that. You came to party. Get your red cups. Get your wine glasses. Get your dancing shoes together. It's time to turn up.
What's up, D4?
What's up, D4, baby?
I don't
Let's
know
go.
about y'all, but I came to have a real good time. Are y'all ready to have a real good time?
It's time to have a party with Koffee Bean, baby. Let's go.
Good time. I came to party and I came to have myself a real good time. It's the weekend and I'm ready to party. Take all of my girls so we can get started. We're gonna drink and dance all night long. Get on the floor, cause you know this is your song. Bounce your hip to the front, right step. Bounce your hip to the back, right step.
Yeah, Shorty G, I think DJ KY love this song too. Look at him. You know you're gonna play it on this set tonight.
Now do your sexy thing, right? Do your sexy thing, right? I came to party and I came to have myself a real good time. I came to party and I came to have myself a real good time. My work week over and I'm ready to party. Being up with all my girls so we can get started. We're gonna play cards, get high and dance all night long. And all night it's time to check it on the floor, cause you know this your song. Bounce your hip to the front, right step. Bounce your hip to the back, right step. Bounce your hip to the front, left step. Bounce your hip to the back, left step. Now walk with it to the front with it. Now walk with it to the back with it. Now do your sexy thing, right? Do your sexy thing, right? I came to party and I came to have myself a real good time. I came to party and I came to have myself a real good time.
Come on. Come on. I need to see some of them red cups in there.
Bounce your hip to the front, right step, bounce your hip to I want to introduce to you all someone who's a dear friend of mine. And she go by the name of TT. And so this dance is called the TT. She gonna show y'all how to do this thing right. Come on, TT. So let me hear you say, do your thing, do your thing, do it.
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 I came to party. I came to party. I came to party, and I came to have myself a real good time. I came to party, and I came to have myself a real good time. I came to party. I came to party.
Oh yeah. Oh, Marvin, you ready to party? I see you. I see you. Oh.
Don't you hype me up. Don't you hype me up.
Ladies and darling, and Mia and Tammy and Ty and Mika, Kenya, Asha, and Bria, Whoa, Sheila and Kimberly and Christy. I came to party, and I came to have myself a real good time. I came to party, and I came to have myself a real good time. I came to party. I came to party. I came to party.
Man, I tell you, party, let's go. Let's go, man.
Don't you be trying to hype me up. Don't you be trying to hype me up, because you know I will go there now. I will cut up, baby.
What you gonna start doing the TT like? You know what I mean?
I gotta stand up for all that, but I was trying to do the chair dance. Don't you hype me up, because I will cut up now. I'm gonna carry that hard, baby.
Yo, definitely. That was definitely fire. Appreciate that one right there. You know what I mean? Because, like I said, I come to party. Anytime you're on Real2reel360, you better get ready to party, because we going to jam in here. You understand what I'm saying? We're going to turn up for real, you know? So, since we got to turn up and do what we do, you know what I mean? And do it the right way, you know? Right, Kay? We're going to do it the right way. We're going to do it the right way.
There's no other way to do it.
It's the only way we know how. So, basically, I told you I was going to play it again, so I'm playing it again. And that's just all there is to it. So, just in case you didn't know,
Shout out to D4.
shout out to D4.
You see, I got this
Let's
that
go.
keeps crying over and over about the
Y'all make
same
sure y'all
old
go
thing.
download this
And I
music,
keep
man.
having to tell
Y'all go out there and
you,
support this sister.
tell me.
You know what I'm saying? Let's get it.
See the horse to the water, yeah. But you can't make them drink it. You can't make them drink it. You need a horse to the water, yeah. But you can't make them drink it. I got a friend that keeps on calling me and asking me about her old man. He did this, he did that, but she won't leave. And every time that girl calls, it's the same old thing. You can cry all you wanna, you can't buy her. Yeah. You can lead a horse to the water, yeah. But you can't make them drink it. Can't make them drink it. Lead a horse to the water, yeah. But you can't make them drink it. Don't get me wrong, I love my friend, and although she keeps crying about the same old thing, I say, let me go. lead a horse to the water. That's right. Yeah. But you can't make him drink it. Can't make him drink. You can lead a horse to the water. Yeah. But you can't make him drink it.
Let me get a little beat. Cry if you wanna, but you can't cry blood. You'll be swimming in tears, drowning in our blood. My dear used to say, hard head make the song. But I learned, if they don't listen, it's your turn. Go about your business, and you soon will see. They can cry you a river, but don't cry on me.
Lead a horse to the water, yeah, but you can't make him drink it. You can lead a horse to the water, yeah, but you can't make him drink it.
I tell you, I have a good time. Like, I want y'all to know, when you come on Real to Real 360, we go party. It's gonna be up. You know what I'm saying? So,
G. Absolutely, Shorty G.
Thank you.
Yeah.
and for those who didn't see Coffee and it getting her chair dance on, did you see her? She even hit that old school reggae joint.
Yeah.
Throw it on in now.
Oh man. Yo, Coffee, this has been a heck of an hour and it done passed on us already. I just want to let you know that I really enjoyed having you on. It was a pleasure. You know, it was very informative. The music is fire. I see nothing but greatness coming. But I would like for you to let people know about your label, where they can get your music, how they can get you booked, and where they'll see you on shows. And your book.
Oh, okay. So my label is Koffee Bean Coffee Pot Productions. So make sure you look out for me. Also, my daughter, who is my artist, her name is Heaven on Earth. She's about to drop pretty soon. You can find me on Instagram, which is India, INDYA, Coffee Bean with the K. Also, that's my YouTube as well, India Coffee Bean. And my Facebook, you can go to Coffee Bean, that's Coffee with a K. And you can get my children's book off of Amazon. Just do India, my government name, INDIAK HAYNES, India K Haynes. That's what I go by as an author.
Now, see, we want to make sure that people can understand that you're an entrepreneur. You're more than just an artist. You're a businesswoman, and you are opening doors for yourself as well as others on your journey. So I want to take the time out and salute you and thank you for coming on Real to Real 360. All right.
Thank you.
Shout out
so
to
much.
my
And thank you for having me.
Oh, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. Hey, and for those who didn't see it, she was killing that chair dance. You understand me? She still got it from back in the days. I'm telling you. She still got it.
Well, see, ask me what it is. I got this band right neat. Now, let me, right but that's why, it's always safe for me to do the chair dance. You know what I leave the dancing at the TT.
Hey, Big Bro, man, you know what time it is.
Yes, sir. I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in to Real to Real 360 with our special guest. Once again, Miss Coffee Bean was in the building. We appreciate you, Queen, and you're welcome to come back anytime, any given Sunday. All you got to make sure you reach out and holler at Josh and Mel, and we make it possible. All right. To all our fans, followers, subscribers, and likers, we salute you right here for always supporting. And it's been a great doubleheader this day. And tomorrow we got another banger. You know what I mean? So what a way to end out the week, huh?
Yeah, man. We got Miss Drill, man. Miss Drill. We got some powerful singers this week, bro.
Absolutely. All right, family, we out of here like last year. I am DJ K Wise, and this is my brother Josh Mel Allah, aka Mr. PhD himself.
Bleep
We are
DJ all day, baby.
Real2reel360, and we are Audi 5000. Peace.
Peace.
Yo, ladies and gentlemen, we starting to come to the end of the show. Right now, I want to take the time out and thank our guests for coming on. Also, too, we want to make sure that y'all listening and subscribing, and tell a friend and keep sharing, because we're going to keep bringing y'all the real content. You know what I mean? So, DJ K Wise, my brother, take us up out of here, son.
True indeed. I want to give a big shout out to the nation of gods and nurses, to all the human families on the planet Earth. I say peace. But to our subscribers, those who continue to watch and listen to the show each and every time we come on, I give a big shout out and love, peace, and happiness to you. To peace, the man, woman, and child of the you and I verse. It's time for us to disperse. We bring the best, not the worst. We thank you once again for tuning in to the Real 360. Bring a friend to hit that like and subscribe, so we continue to grow to bring more knowledge and wisdom to you. Upon our show, you make it possible for us to do